Senators. At Christmas time, every year I braid my two sisters' hair. My mother taught me how to do that at 11 years old so that she could, there were 6 kids and we had to go to school. And that was one of our duties. So I've been at this for 50 plus years. In 1982, I took the Biltmore Hotel to court. I was head of the Human Relations Commission. They fired a black woman for coming to work with cornrows. The judge threw the whole thing out. I showed him a picture of Bo Derek. And they had 3 white women at the Biltmore with cornrows who they had not fired, but the black woman couldn't have cornrows because it was too negroid. And they were stupid enough to put it in writing. Now, I'm going to bring this up because we're kind of skirting this. This is a cultural thing that is generally racial. Many things are. I go to the fish events at my Italian-American friends' home at Christmas time. We're different people. We bring different things to the table and we have different attributes and whatever. This morning, just to bring my experience as current as possible, I called 7 women that I know braid. 6 of them not publicly. Is that a nice way of putting it? And we know what we're talking about. There are all kinds of, I think your first speaker talked about the underground economy and all the people who try to make a way out of life. That is, they've got their $12 an hour job, $10 an hour job, and then they've got something on the side. Again, I can't talk long because this is a real, I used to sit here and listen to hearings that went on too long, but let me take you to 2 last points. There are many things that people think will happen or suspect will happen. I believe legislature should operate on data and facts, particularly when ruling people's lives or ruining people's lives or even improving people's lives. There is no evidence that hair braiding has caused any trouble to anyone. I am deeply involved in the African American community and slightly involved in the African community. And people tell me every day about something bad that happened to them at wherever. And including regular beauty parlors where the chemicals were too strong. I went back through notes and I've been told this 12, 14 times in the last 30 years. No one has ever mentioned a problem they had with a braider. I don't think there's a problem here. I think the legislature did what the legislature does. It created a law. And you are in charge. You have a chance to undo the wrong that no one, and this is an offense to you and the state, a wrong that the legislature created that almost no one pays any attention to. These 7 women this morning braid hair quietly. And it would be wonderful if you'd make it legal for everyone to braid hair quietly. Finally, I gave you a 1-page statement from Quincy Mills, who's the foremost expert, African-American professor, foremost expert on black hair and culture. And he asked you to pass this bill. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Any questions from the committee?
Thank you.